Take you right out to parts of Bloomington this morning. You're looking at what appears to be a piece of wood snapped in half, but when you see the bigger picture, this is why we are live in Bloomington this morning showing you the damage. One of our crews is there at the Kia plant in Bloomington, or not Kia plant, the Kia dealership. So these are what were some really nice new cars there, but it looks like either siding or a part of a roof has blown over from another building and just smashed quite a few vehicles there. We're going to check in with Marina Silva. She's live here, and also our Anna Chalker is showing us some of the damage in other areas in Monroe County. But we saw severe thunderstorms, hail, strong winds, even some tornado warnings that showed to be true.
Right.
We see the overall aftermath from yesterday. But good morning to you. It is 6 o'clock. It is Friday morning after all, so maybe that's one bright spot in your day, but it's going to be a rough cleanup for a lot of communities.
Yeah, and we're going to see those temperatures dip. I know that you've been talking about getting into the weekend,
Right.
so they're going to have to contend with that. And we also have to wait and see if the Weather Service says this was actually a tornado.
Correct. They're kind of calling it a tornado for now, but we'll get all the confirmation with how strong it was,
Right.
where exactly did it land, and probably other tornado reports. That's not the only tornado. This is the one that probably hit the most.
Okay.
And so that's why we're covering it big time this morning. What you're looking at is, if you're coming to Bloomington on 69, it's the exit with Menards, the Kia dealership, the TJ
Okay.
Maxx. It's kind of that exit with State Road 48 and West 3rd Street, just to kind of put it in perspective.
Yeah, thank you.
This thing was headed right towards the campus of IU, but it miraculously lifted somehow. And that is crazy.
Yeah, I know a lot of parents were reaching out and wanted the timeline and the track of it to know, but it's tough. Even as you guys forecast, you just don't know exactly which area is going to be hit
Right.
the hardest.
Right. We saw the debris ball on the interstate, and then we figured the next scan would be the university.
Yeah.
And it was gone. And so we're wondering, okay, did it lift? And so I
Okay, yeah.
lifted.
And so what about today as we head into,
Yes.
again, a lot of people will be doing cleanup.
They will be doing cleanup. It's going to be very cold and very breezy. In Bloomington, we could have some gusts up to about 35 miles per hour, which may blow a lot of this debris around, especially insulation in small pieces. They're going to be kind of scattered across really the city of Bloomington. So we're watching that. Closer to Indianapolis and points north, we could have some gusts up to 45 miles per hour. That cold air is rushing in. If you were to look up right now, you'd probably still see some stars. We have some clearish skies over us, but not for much longer. Clouds and colder air both are coming in this morning from the west. Now we've dropped to 43. In Indianapolis, just an hour and a half ago, we were still in the mid-50s. So we've dropped quickly. We feel like it's 35. We feel like it's below freezing at Kokomo, Lafayette, and in Greencastle. That 51 in Richmond won't last much longer. Today, make sure the kids are bundled up. It's not going to be our coldest day that we've had, but compared to the 60s and 70s we've had recently, you'll feel it. Now, technically, we'll get back up to about 45, I think, this afternoon. You'll never feel the 40s again because of those winds. So coming up, we'll talk about the clouds, the timing of when we think sun will break back out today. And you see that front in northern Minnesota? That could give us snow showers this weekend. I'll time out those for you as well. But let's touch on traffic this morning as you are headed out the door. I don't have any big crash reports. Now we do have some road closure reports around Bloomington, and talking with Marina Silva and Anna Chalker, it kind of limits on where they can go because law enforcement, they're out there still trying to make sure that folks stay out of certain zones as the cleanup is still very early in the stage. And a lot of times there's power lines that are active. It's a mess. We do have 1,500 power outages there in Bloomington. Live look on the northeast side of Indianapolis. Traffic's moving fine. This is the Bloomington camera. It was one exit north of where the tornado hit. So this camera's been kind of messed around a little bit with that wind. So coming up, we'll talk more about the path of where we believe the twister touched down. Julia?
All right, thank you, Matt. Now, we are going to go out and show you some of that widespread damage from last night's storms in Monroe County.
Many businesses and homes, again, those people will be probably cleaning up quite a bit this morning. Our team coverage continues right now.
You see, we have Marina Silva, both, and Anna Chalker in Bloomington, two different spots. We're going to start with Marina. Tell us where you are, and we can see that damage right behind you.
Yes, we're here at that Kia dealership right now, and just look at this damage behind me. You guys have seen it all morning, and this is part of a structure, and it's actually gone through the car. Like, the glass is broken, the wood has gone through the car, and we're going to come over here. I'm going to give you another look at what we're seeing. So there are actually cars underneath this metal structure right now. There's a lot of wood. We're seeing a lot of broken glass on the ground right now. So my advice to anybody that's doing cleanup in some of these parking lots, make sure you have the right shoes on. You have got those gloves on if you're going to be picking things up because of the glass that's on the ground. So let's come over here. This is the car that's underneath it right now. There's more cars underneath on the other side. And then we're going to show you, we're going to pan this way, and you're going to see that windshield actually has, it's shattered. There's multiple windshields, and I've seen side view mirrors that are also taken down right now. And over here with all this wood over here, this is actually somebody's car on the back windshield of it. The glass is inside this back seat. And these are actually cars, we're noticing they're cars that people have taken here to the dealership to have maintenance done. Not all of these are the newer cars. I did just speak with the battalion chief at the Monroe County Fire Protection District. He said thankfully there are no reported injuries, but his crews were out working last night, just responding to different calls. We're going to continue here in Monroe County to show you some of the damage that we're seeing. But for now, reporting live in Bloomington, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Thank you, Marina. We're also checking in with Anna Chalker, part of our team coverage, also in Bloomington, but a different part.
Yeah, what are you seeing there, Anna?
Well, ladies, it's really touch and go what you're going to see where I'm at here in Bloomington. We're in the Fieldstone neighborhood off of Kirby Street and State Road 48. And this is in this neighborhood, this home behind me here, just heartbreaking to see all of this damage here. This is the one that's gotten the most damage. You can see there's no garage door here because it's in the grass over here. The garage door flew off. And something crazy I want to mention to you about this neighborhood, if we turn to our left here, Scotty and I are going to turn this way, you see no damage on this side of the neighborhood. When you're driving in, you're like, oh, it wasn't hit at all. But then you have situations like this house here. Now, some of the houses next to this neighborhood, there's some siding off of the tops of their houses, but I'm telling you right now, that's about as much as we're seeing here. Nothing too crazy, except here at this house, we are definitely thinking of these homeowners this morning. Can't even imagine just the thoughts, feeling that when you're inside the home this morning, the roof starting to fall off. You see the siding there, just pieces of wood, some of the electrical wires as well. So we're going to keep an eye on that. I will tell you, it is so windy out here. Our light actually just fell behind us here. That's going to be some scary parts of this. The gusty wind, Matt was talking about that this morning. So definitely we're going to make sure we're staying safe out here this morning as we're giving you these damage reports, because we want you to know that the wind is still high. That can impact a lot of this damage that might be laying here. It could start to fly here within the next few minutes or so.
All right, Anna, thank you. I want to show you some pictures that were actually sent in by our viewers. This here, a picture of all the hail in Worthington from Tony Ray.
We also got some pictures out of Greenfield. This is the hail there from viewer Corey Chapman. So again, thank you for sharing these pictures. Thank you to everyone that sent us pictures from what you're seeing in the storm. We do want to remind you to make sure you're being safe when you are out capturing any photos or video. That's the first priority there.
And when these strong storms are in central Indiana, we will be with you working to keep you and your family safe. You can follow along with our meteorologists and our extended weather coverage on WTHR's weather app and over on WTHR Plus.
Your time is 6:08. The family of fallen officer Brian Elliott just shared plans for his memorial services coming up. The visitation is Sunday from 2 to 7 at Beech Grove High School, and the public is welcome to attend. The funeral is following day at 11 a.m. also at the high school on Sunday. The procession to Crown Hill will follow that Monday. You can find all of our coverage on Officer Brian Elliott's life and legacy right now on WTHR.com. This morning, IMPD is investigating a deadly shooting on the south side.
Officers were first called to Community South Hospital around 6 o'clock last night. Witnesses told officers the man was shot along Camden Street near US 31 and Southport Road. Homicide detectives are now investigating.
We're checking in to find out more information about the shooting itself and if police have identified a possible suspect. We'll share what we know. Well, this was a pretty scary moment for some neighbors. A shooting sending bullets flying through homes on the near northeast side of Indianapolis.
Bullets were going everywhere.
Yeah.
It's crazy. This happened Tuesday night near 25th and Keystone. I want to show you some of that damage with bullet holes in the garage and some of the front windows. One woman who lives in this area tells us she believes teens had been breaking into cars earlier that night.
Well, police did not confirm if anyone was arrested for the shooting, but they are asking anyone who can shed some light on their investigation to call IMPD or Crime Stoppers. We also learned that a teen may have been shot in this shooting too. We're working to get some more information on how they're doing this morning.
Well, Indiana lawmakers are also looking at making changes to the early voting process here in our state.
So if the House passes this bill to do that, the window to cast your early ballot would go from 28 days down to just 16.
It's presented as an effort to combat voter fraud, but others are calling it voter suppression.
We have over 650,000 registered voters, and a number of them choose to vote early. And to take that option away from them, yeah, I'm going to fight it until I've got no more breath.
The Senate did not take up a second reading on this bill before going to recess, but they do have until Monday to take action. Hey, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Julia and Julia. It is a much quieter start this morning. It's getting cold fast, though. We're still mainly clear, but I think some clouds will roll in throughout the morning. At least we're dry. We were not dry for many of us last night. Coming up, we're going to be talking about where the tornado touched down in Bloomington. We'll have the early look.
Well, a win today gives Team USA men's hockey a shot at gold. Also, 2 Hoosier athletes are competing this morning. Anne Marie has a preview of today's Olympic action coming up next live from Milan.